What if I told you that one person now controls more wealth than the economies of some entire nations? Not a king, not a government, not a global institution, a single entrepreneur. The world's first trillionaire isn't just richer than everyone else. His wealth now rivals entire countries, giving him a level of financial influence that would have seemed impossible just a few decades ago. But here's the real question. What happens when someone accumulates that much wealth? How much influence does it buy? What industries can it reshape? And could this be the beginning of a completely new era of economic power? Today we're diving into the first trillionaire, the terrifying power of Elon's new net worth. So before we begin, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. The road to a trillion, the early entrepreneur, the story of Elon Musk's wealth, didn't begin with Tesla or rockets. Long before becoming one of the richest people in history, Musk was a young entrepreneur building internet startups during the early days of the digital revolution. Each success generated more capital, but more importantly, it gave him ownership. That ownership would eventually become the foundation of an extraordinary fortune. Tesla changes everything for years. Many investors doubted Tesla. Traditional automakers dominated the industry, and electric vehicles were viewed as a niche product with limited appeal. Yet Tesla transformed from a struggling startup into one of the most valuable companies in the world. As Tesla's valuation soared, Musk's personal fortune grew alongside it because he retained a significant ownership stake. This is where the power of compounding truly began to reveal itself. SpaceX becomes a giant, then came SpaceX. What started as an ambitious attempt to lower the cost of space travel evolved into one of the most valuable private companies ever created. Through reusable rockets, government contracts, commercial space missions, and the rapid growth of Starlink, SpaceX fundamentally changed the economics of space exploration. Each breakthrough increased the company's value and further expanded Musk's wealth. The rise of AI and new industries as artificial intelligence emerged as the next major technological revolution. Musk expanded into yet another transformative industry. Through XAI and other ventures, he positioned himself at the center of several trillion-dollar markets simultaneously. Electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, space technology, energy infrastructure, and communications networks all became interconnected pieces of a powerful compounding machine. The compounding effect of ownership: most people earn income from their work. Billionaires build ownership in assets. Musk's fortune grew because he owned significant portions of companies that continuously increased in value. As those businesses expanded, his wealth multiplied alongside them, creating a compounding effect rarely seen in history. When one person has $1 trillion, understanding the scale $1 trillion is such a massive number that most people struggle to fully understand it. 1 million seconds equals roughly 11 days. 1 billion seconds equals about 32 years. 1 trillion seconds equals more than 31,000 years. That's the magnitude of the number we're discussing. The first trillionaire would represent an entirely new category of wealth. The billionaire creation machine. Massive fortunes rarely exist in isolation. As companies grow, employees, investors, suppliers, and business partners often benefit as well. Tesla created countless millionaires. SpaceX generated wealth for early employees and investors. AI companies are already creating a new generation of successful entrepreneurs. The growth of one extraordinary company can produce thousands of smaller success stories. Governments versus trillionaire power. Historically, governments were the only entities capable of funding massive projects involving advanced technology, infrastructure, and scientific research. Today, individuals with immense wealth can influence fields such as artificial intelligence, renewable energy, space exploration, communications, and advanced manufacturing. The balance between public power and private influence becomes increasingly complex as personal fortunes continue to grow. The debate over capital concentration. This trend has sparked intense debate about capital concentration. Supporters argue that visionary entrepreneurs can allocate resources efficiently and accelerate innovation. Critics argue that extreme wealth concentration can create economic imbalances and excessive influence. Regardless of where someone stands on the issue, one thing is clear: trillionaire-level wealth would fundamentally change the economic landscape. The Trillionaire playbook, ownership over income. One of the biggest lessons from the world's wealthiest individuals is that ownership often matters more than income. Most people focus on earning a higher salary, while many of the richest entrepreneurs focus on owning assets. Stocks, businesses, intellectual property, and other productive assets continue generating value long after they are acquired. Ownership allows wealth to compound over time. The power of concentrated bets. Another common theme is concentrated conviction. Many of the largest fortunes in history came from individuals who focused intensely on a small number of opportunities they believed could transform the future. While this approach carries significant risk, it also creates the potential for extraordinary rewards. Thinking in decades, not years. Many successful entrepreneurs think in decades rather than months. Building transformative companies requires patience, resilience, and the ability to withstand years of uncertainty. The largest rewards often go to those who remain committed long after others lose confidence. Following major technological trends: electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, renewable energy, robotics, and space technology represent some of the defining trends of the modern era. The people who create the most wealth are often those who position themselves at the center of these transformations rather than resisting them. Lessons for everyday investors. While most people will never become trillionaires, many of the principles remain the same. Focus on ownership. Think long-term. Invest in transformative trends. And allow time and compounding to do the heavy lifting. Conclusion: a turning point in economic history, the emergence of the world's first trillionaire, would represent far more than a personal financial milestone. It would signal a major shift in how wealth, innovation, and influence operate in the modern world. Whether viewed as inspiring or concerning, it demonstrates the extraordinary power of ownership, technological disruption, and long-term thinking. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.